Well, good morning. Welcome to a fire break in Fort Bragg. I'm sandwiched between two impact areas, so if anything explodes, it ain't me. Also, stupid horsefly keeps bothering me. I'm gonna walk into some soft sand up here, so if I fall, we're gonna laugh together. Because I don't know how to edit videos, so everything you get is gonna be raw. Anyway, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to visit this channel. This whole thing started as a way to lose some weight that I put back on. Oh, I got him. A way to lose some weight that I put back on because I got to, yeah, look at that guy. Busted. Anyway, I got a bad back. And so my chiropractor, my orthopedist, they both said that they don't think my back will last 5 years. So I can't lift weights anymore. Well, I can't lift weights standing up. So, I used to spend 2 hours in the gym at a time. I can't do that. I used to ruck. I used to, ruck with a 52-pound ruck high up on my shoulders to keep it off my lower back. But I can't do that anymore. It all comes from jumping out of planes, to be honest with you. But, I try to stay in shape. I used to be really, really heavy. I lost 80 pounds, put a little bit of that back on. So when the doctors told me that I couldn't do what I was doing, I kind of ended up sitting around a little bit and gaining some weight back. So I asked them, I said, can I walk? They're like, dude, you can walk as far as you want. I said, sweet. So, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I'll walk 6 or 7 miles as fast as I can. So, Wednesday I did like 6.5 miles, almost 7 miles in about an hour and a half. I really try to do that as fast as I can and get good pace and, do 15-minute miles on stuff. Fridays is when I go long. So today my goal is 10 miles. It'll actually be closer to 11. So, I don't necessarily care how long it takes me to do it on a Friday. Still gotta go to work. But I have the privilege to work on Fort Bragg, which is, where I did a lot of my growing up. And I have the privilege to walk in places now and on trails now that I used to be forced to walk. So now I get to do it because I'm an old fat guy and I enjoy it now. I don't get it. I don't know why I didn't enjoy it when I was 20, but you guys are here to join me with that. And I've been looking at I've been trying to find better shoes, ways to go longer in the same amount of time, ways that I could protect my feet, and better gear to help me along the way. And through that, I fell into this Appalachian Trail community. And there's so many people, so many great people. I've talked to a bunch of them, just chatting online, stuff like that, YouTube. I've talked to a lot of them that they never trained for the Appalachian Trail. They just drove down to Georgia one day and did it. So, I came across a guy that he did all 2,200 miles in like 158 days or whatever. So I fell into this community and I started talking to these people and watching their videos and seeing what it's all about. And I started seeing these videos of God's creation that I've never seen before. And it really spurred me to, sorry if I get misty, but I'm an emotional person. It really spurred me to want to set a goal to through hike the Appalachian Trail. When you through hike it, it means you start in one end, end at the other. In my instance, I'm going to go northbound. That's the way most people go. So I'm going to start in Georgia. I'm going to end in Maine. It's just short of 2,200 miles. And it can reach 2,200 miles depending on if there's reroutes or, you know, if a trail gets washed out or whatever. There's usually, most places, there's usually 2 or 3 different trails that make up the Appalachian Trail. There's the main one, and then there's some other ways around. So, you know, it could be 2,200, could be 2,201. I don't know. So, you know, that's really what spurred me to want to make this YouTube channel. Is I want to share that journey. You know, I don't really have an outlet to, like, I could talk to my wife about my plans, which I do. I could talk to my wife about my plans and what I saw in this guy's video, and this water filter, and these shoes, and this, that, and the other. She doesn't care. She thinks I'm crazy. So, my plan, my goal is, you know, I turned 50 December of 2029. Gen Z or Gen X all the way, baby. I turned 50 in December of 2029. My plan is to start through hiking the Appalachian Trail somewhere between April 1st and April 15th of 2030. And my goal is to do it in 110 days. My timeline I'm actually giving myself is 4 months, but I want to do it in 110 days. And if I can do that straight through, sweet. Sometimes you got to take what they call a 0 day, which is when you don't log any miles. But I figure if I could do 20 miles a day, I could do it in 110 days. And that allows for, you know, elevation changes, because that makes it tougher. So I'm going to shoot for 20 miles a day with elevation changes, maybe 15 miles a day. I just don't know. So this channel is it's a way for me to share my progress in weight loss, getting in shape better, training for the Appalachian Trail. You know, I'm gonna test out a lot of gear building up to that. So I got 3.5 years. I'm gonna test out a lot of gear building up to that. Like right now, I'm wearing Hoka Challenger 8s. I don't know if you can see them. Don't mind my white legs. Right now, I'm wearing Hoka Challenger 8s. I'm not wearing the GTXs because the Gore-Tex makes your feet sweat, and that's not good for blisters and this, that, and the other. But I'm wearing Hoka Challenger 8s. I'm slowing down because I want to show you something. But I'm wearing Hoka Challenger 8s. Sorry, I keep saying that. But, you know, Tuesday, I'm gonna try out a new pair of shoes. So I got some Ultra Lone Peak 9s coming. And they, you know, these Hokas that I'm wearing, they're wides because I need a wider foot. I need a wider toe area. So I need my toe bed to be wider so my toes splay out, right? The Ultras have the normal size area around the heel and the middle of the foot in the arch area, but they have a wider toe bed so I could splay my toes out, because I have my feet, I don't know, maybe I got hobbit feet. But so, you know, Tuesday I'm going to try out these new shoes, and I'll share my thought process on those and what I think about them. And I'm sure they'll be great. They're the most popular hiking / backpacking shoes out there. But, you know, as we get closer, I'll start testing out packs and water systems and things of that nature. Right now, I'm using a 511 8-liter sling bag, and it does aren't these cool? They light up. So people can see me. I start at night. Right now I'm using a 511 8-liter sling bag just because, you know, I don't want to put too much weight on my back until I get built up to where I was when I was rucking. And I can put everything I need in there, right? I can put my phone. I got my work phone. I got my personal phone. I got my wallet. I've got some chapstick, stuff like that. I got some toilet paper in there. Do with that what you will. But it gives me the opportunity to carry what I need with me. That way, if something happens, I got my wallet, I got my ID. You know, I'm really focusing on hydration throughout the day and through the night. So when I come out and walk during the day, in the morning, especially on these 10-mile, 11-mile days, I don't have to carry water with me. I will be carrying water once I get closer to, you know, a trail. But you know, if maybe I want to stop by the gas station on Butner and grab a water while I'm walking. You know, I got my wallet and stuff. Anyway, so I want to show you this. Here's my old friend. I'm at Pike Field right now. I just came out of the woods on the Pike Field. And if you ever been stationed at Fort Bragg, this is where All American Review happens. And the general stands up. The general stands up. Where's it at? The general stands up on that platform, and we all walk in front of him and salute him. And sometimes they'll, you know, shoot off some 105s. Anyway, so, you know, that's really the plan for this. I plan on, you know, I got a chest rig coming to where I could video. I could record the walk, the entire walk. I don't know if people want to see that. I'll throw a couple up, and if people like it, sweet. You can see what I see and see where I go and see what I do. Look, I'm not a content creator, so I don't know how to edit videos. I might learn, but I don't know how to edit videos and all that jazz. So like I said, what you're gonna get is gonna be raw, at least in the beginning, because I don't have a clue what I'm doing. You know, I can videotape myself hugging my wife, but that's like 5 seconds, and you don't get to see much. So, you know, that's the extent of my videotaping, my video making capabilities. But I don't know if I said everything I want to say, but I want to leave you with one thing. God created an awesome world. And I get to see it every day. And the most important part of that is, I want everybody to seize this, so know that Jesus loves you. Jesus loves you so much. He died on a cross for you. He was buried in a borrowed tomb. And 3 days later, he walked out of the grave for you and for me. That's the gospel of Jesus Christ. And all you need to do is believe, and you can be saved and get the grace that Jesus offers freely. So thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me share that with you. If I can leave you one thing, Matthew 5:16, and those of you that know me knew this was coming. Matthew 5:16 says, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven." We need to be the light in an extremely dark world. It's getting darker by the day, it seems. Like the sun's not shining today, it's foggy out. We need to be the light in a dark world. And that light comes from Jesus. There's no other way around that. So be that light and let your light so shine, so everybody around you can see that you're different, and they will glorify your Father which is in heaven. And by the way, let me add this one last thing. I'm not Bob. I'm Rob. I'm a 46-year-old fat guy, right? Who has found an extremely crazy love for hiking. Bob is the big orange ball in the sky. That's what we used to call it in the Army. We'd be at stand 2 out in the field or whatever, and the platoon sergeant come around and say, "Bob's coming." And in the beginning, if you don't have a clue who that is, you're like, "Who's Bob?" Big orange ball. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sitting through this for 14 minutes or whatever. And thank you for going on this journey with me. And, you know, look, one last thing, I promise. The comment section, I'm going to delete any dirty stuff. I'm going to delete any stuff that, you know, any cussing or anything like that. I appreciate advice. I look forward to advice. You know, there's a lot of people that have done stuff like this that I've never done, that way before me. So people might have ideas and advice. I welcome that. But, you know, let's keep it G-rated, because there might be kids on here. There might be ladies present. And this is not a platform for anybody to get derogatory. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I'm going to tell you all I love you all. Thank you for being here. I just wasted 15 minutes of your day. Hopefully hopefully we'll enjoy this together.